Look, be honest for a second. When was the last time you sat down to do the one thing that would change your life, and you actually did it without checking your phone? Because most people don't have a time problem. They have a focus problem. And focus isn't nice to have. Focus is the difference between a life that moves forward and a life that leaks away. Here's the scary part. You can be busy every day and still be losing. Busy doesn't mean productive. Busy often means distracted with energy. And if you keep living like this, half working, half scrolling, half thinking about what other people are doing, you won't just waste time. You'll waste your confidence. Because every time you avoid deep focus, you teach your brain one lesson: I can't be trusted to finish. But today, that changes. In this audiobook, you're going to train deep focus like a skill. Not a mood. Not a personality trait. A skill. You'll learn how to build an environment that forces focus. How to shut down mental noise. How to stop starting and finally finish. And listen, if you want more audiobooks like this, direct, practical, no fluff, subscribe now. Because this isn't motivation. This is training. Now breathe. Sit up, let's begin. Chapter 1. Distraction isn't random, it's designed. Listen carefully. Distraction is not happening to you by accident. It is being pulled out of you on purpose. Because your attention is valuable. Your phone is not a tool. It is a slot machine in your pocket. It does not reward depth. It rewards checking. Every swipe trains your brain. Not to build. Not to finish. But to chase the next hit. Say this line with me. Slowly. Novelty steals depth. And here is the trap. Distraction usually does not start with a big decision. It starts with a tiny itch. A tiny discomfort. 1 second of friction. You sit down to work. You open the laptop. You look at the task. And it feels heavy. Not painful. Not dangerous. Just effort. And your brain hates effort. So it searches for relief. That is when the whisper shows up. Check something. One message. One notification. One quick scroll. And you tell yourself a lie. Just 10 seconds. But you already know what happens next. 10 seconds becomes 20 minutes. 20 becomes 40. 40 becomes your day. Then you look up and you feel it. That quiet disappointment. That ugly sentence in your head. What did I even do today? You did not lose time. You traded it, piece by piece, for tiny rewards that do not build your life. And the more you repeat that trade, the more automatic it becomes. Because your brain is a learning machine. It adapts to what you practice. Now listen. The phone is not the only problem. The bigger problem is the negotiation. The moment you feel friction, you start bargaining with yourself. I'll just check for a second. I'll reply quickly. I need background noise. I'll start after I feel ready. I'll begin in 5 minutes. That is not planning. That is surrender with excuses. Say this line with me. Friction is the doorway. The friction at the start of deep work is not a sign to escape. It is the entry fee. It is the exact moment where focus is built. So here is the rule. Focus starts when you stop negotiating with impulses. You do not debate a craving. You block it. Block it. Do not debate it. Now here is the script. When the urge hits, you say, this urge is not an emergency. Novelty steals depth. Friction is the doorway. I block it. I do not bargain. And then you take one physical action. You do not try harder. You do not hope. You do not trust your willpower. You create a barrier. Put the phone in another room. Turn it off completely. Put it in a drawer. Face it down out of reach. And return to the task. Willpower is not reliable. Distance is reliable. Barriers are reliable. Now picture this. You sit down to work. You feel the friction. You feel that itch, that urge to escape, and your mind says, just check something. But this time, you do not argue. You stand up. You put the phone away. You sit back down. And you start anyway. That one moment makes you dangerous. Because most people never train that moment. Say it again. Distraction isn't random. It's designed. Novelty steals depth. Friction is the doorway. Stop negotiating, block it. Chapter 2, Focus is a skill, not a personality. Listen, most people blame their personality. They say, I'm just not a focused person. Like focus is eye color. Like focus is genetics. Like focus is luck. No, focus is conditioning. Say this line with me. You were trained to scatter. You were trained by notifications. Trained by endless feeds. Trained by switching tabs. Trained by quick checks. Trained by constant stimulation. And the proof is simple. If you can binge a series for 4 hours, you can focus. If you can scroll for 2 hours without moving, you can focus. If you can play a game for 3 hours, locked in, you can focus. So don't tell yourself you can't focus. Tell yourself the truth. You trained focus for entertainment, not for your mission. And now your brain has preferences. Your brain prefers easy reward. Your brain prefers instant payoff. Your brain prefers low effort and high stimulation. That is not a character flaw. That is training. But here is the good news. If you were trained to scatter, you can be trained to aim. Because focus is not a personality trait. It is a skill. And every skill has a method. Every skill has reps. Every skill has rules. Now listen closely. This is the core idea. The brain focuses on what it's taught to value. Read that again in your mind. The brain focuses on what it's taught to value. So if your brain values entertainment more than your work, it will focus on entertainment. If your brain values comfort more than progress, it will focus on comfort. If your brain values the quick hit more than the long win, it will chase the quick hit. Your job is to retrain value. Not by wanting it more. Not by hoping. Not by saying, tomorrow I'll be serious. No, you retrain value by making your work non-negotiable. Non-negotiable means there is no debate. Non-negotiable means you do it whether you feel ready or not. Non-negotiable means you do not wait for a mood. Because moods are liars. Moods change. Rules stay. Say this line with me. I don't negotiate with my future. Now here's what happens in real life. You sit down to do your work, and the brain offers you a deal. It says, let's do it later. Let's do it after one video. Let's do it after one message. Let's do it after we feel motivated. That is negotiation. And every negotiation ends the same way. You lose. So the training is simple, and it is strict on purpose. When it's time, you start. Not later. Not soon. Now, and when the mind complains, you answer with a rule. Not with a conversation. Here are the rules you will use. Rule 1, one task only. Rule 2, start ugly. Start imperfect. Start anyway. Rule 3, the first minutes count the most. Rule 4, no reward before the work. No reward before the work. Repeat that. No reward before the work. Because you are rewiring your brain. You are teaching it. Depth comes first. Entertainment comes after. Comfort is not in charge. Now let's make it real. You want to become a focused person? Then act like one before you feel like one. You want to build deep focus? Then stop treating your work like a suggestion. A suggestion gets ignored. A rule gets done. So here's your identity shift. Stop saying, I'm not focused. Start saying, I'm in training. Say it again. I'm in training. And training means repetition. Training means boredom sometimes. Training means showing up when it's not fun. Now lock this in. You were trained to scatter, but you can be trained to aim. And the way you train is not motivation. It is making your work non-negotiable. Non-negotiable. No debate. No delay. No drama. Just start. And stay. Chapter 3. Your brain fears silence. Listen to the room right now. Listen to the space around you. Most people cannot stand it. They need a podcast. They need music. They need a video playing in the background just to wash dishes. Because silence is not empty. Silence is a mirror. And your brain fears silence. Why? Because silence forces you to face the task. And silence forces you to face yourself. Say this line with me. Distraction is escape. Most people think they are bad at focusing. They aren't. They are actually very good at escaping. Distraction is often just emotional avoidance. You feel the weight of the work. You feel the fear of failing at it. You feel the boredom of starting it. And because you don't want to feel those things, you look for a door. You open your laptop to start that big project. And suddenly your brain screams, "We need to clean this desk first." Suddenly, you need to reply to that one unimportant message. Suddenly, you need to watch one video for inspiration. That isn't productivity. That is a runner looking for a place to hide. You are cleaning the desk because you are afraid of the blank page. You are checking messages because you want to feel needed instead of feeling challenged. You are watching inspiration because you are terrified of actually doing the work. Distraction is escape. And every time you escape, the fear gets bigger. Every time you turn on a video to avoid the silence, your ability to handle reality gets smaller. So here is the hard truth. The cure for your focus problem is not more hacks. It is not a new app. It is not a better calendar. The cure is learning to sit inside discomfort without moving. Sit inside discomfort without moving. When you sit down to work and that itch starts. When that urge to check your phone or clean your room hits your chest. Don't move. Don't scratch the itch. Don't check the phone. Don't stand up. Just sit there. In the silence. With the task. Let the discomfort burn. Let the boredom sit on your shoulders. Let the silence be loud. Because on the other side of that discomfort is where focus lives. If you cannot sit in a silent room for 10 minutes with your own thoughts, you will never own your own life. You will be a slave to every notification. A slave to every mood. A slave to every distraction that offers you a way out. But when you stop running, when you look the silence in the eye and say, "I am not leaving," the brain finally surrenders. It stops looking for the exit, and it starts looking at the work. This is the training. The next time you feel that urge to escape, stay. The next time the room feels too quiet, stay. Distraction is escape, but your future is in the silence. Sit still. Face the work. Face yourself. And don't move until it's done. Chapter 4. Stop multitasking. Start monotasking. Listen to me. Society has lied to you. It has told you that multitasking is a badge of honor. It has told you that doing 3 things at once makes you efficient. That is a lie. Multitasking is not a skill. It is self-sabotage with good marketing. When you multitask, you are not doing multiple things well. You are doing multiple things poorly. You are fracturing your attention into tiny, weak pieces. Say this line with me. Split attention equals split results. Every time you switch your eyes from your work to a notification, your brain pays a price. It's called attention residue. Part of your mind is still thinking about the message you just read while you are trying to do the task in front of you. You think you are fast, but your brain is lagging. Look at your screen right now. Do you have 12 tabs open? Are your notifications flashing? Are you listening to music with lyrics while trying to write? Are you pausing every 5 minutes to check a group chat? And then you wonder why you feel exhausted at the end of the day. You wonder why you feel like you worked for 8 hours but accomplished nothing. It's because you drained your mental battery by constantly switching gears. You never gave your brain the chance to get into high gear. You are driving in stop-and-go traffic and wondering why you haven't reached the destination. Split attention equals split results. If you want the life that 99% of people don't have, you must do what 99% of people won't do. You must monotask. One task, one screen, one outcome. That is how winners work. When they write, they only write. When they code, they only code. When they plan, they only plan. They don't check things. They don't keep an eye on things. They close every tab that doesn't serve the mission. They put the phone in another room. They shut the door. And they stay on that one task until it is dead. Listen to the command. One task, one screen, one outcome. If the task is big, break it down. But only look at the piece in front of you. If you are writing an email, that email is your entire world. If you are studying a chapter, that chapter is your entire world. Your brain was designed to be a laser, not a light bulb. A light bulb glows in all directions but stays cool. A laser focuses all its energy on one tiny point and burns through steel. Which one are you? Stop trying to be everywhere at once. Be here, now on this one thing. Kill the tabs. Kill the music. Kill the noise. Split attention equals split results. Choose the result you want. Then give it your whole life for the next hour. One task, one screen, one outcome. Now get back to it. Chapter 5. Build a focus cage. Listen. If your environment stays the same, your habits stay the same. You can promise yourself a new life, but if your room, your desk, your screen all look exactly how they looked when you were distracted, you will return to distraction. You do not rise to motivation. You fall to setup. Say this line with me. Setup beats willpower. Willpower is a battery. It runs out. Some days it starts half full. Some days it feels completely empty. But setup is a wall. Once it is built, it stands there whether you feel strong or not. If you want to become a focused person, you cannot rely on feelings. You must build a focus cage. Not a cage that traps you. A cage that traps your distractions. A cage that keeps your attention inside the work, where it belongs. The focus cage rules. These are not suggestions. These are rules. You repeat them. You live by them. Rule 1. Phone out of the room or locked away. Rule 2. Notifications off on everything. Rule 3. Only the tabs needed for the task. Rule 4. One notepad for distractions, the later list. Say this with force. If it's not in the plan, it's a trap. Now let's break them down. Rule 1. Phone out of the room. Your phone is the number one hole in your focus cage. If it is near you, your brain knows it. Even if it is face down. Even if it is silent. Part of your attention is already gone, just by knowing it's there. So the rule is simple. Phone out of the room. Or locked away where you cannot casually reach it. You are not stronger because you keep your phone next to you and resist it. You are smarter because you remove it and never have to fight. Setup beats willpower. Rule 2. Notifications off on everything. Every ping is a hook. Every banner is a hand grabbing your attention by the neck. You are not supposed to be available to the entire world every second of the day. You are supposed to be available to your work while you are working. So turn them off. Email notifications off. Message pop-ups off. Social media alerts off. If something is truly urgent, they will call. And if it is not urgent, it can wait. Remember the line. If it's not in the plan, it's a trap. Rule 3. Only the tabs needed for the task. Your browser can be a tool or a circus. 12 tabs open is a circus. Every extra tab is another doorway out of focus. You see the logo. You remember the feed. You feel the itch. So here is the rule. Before you start, close everything. Then open only the tabs you need for this one task. If you are writing, maybe you need your document and one reference. If you are studying, maybe you need the textbook site and your notes. Nothing more. You do not keep fun tabs open as a reward. You do not keep social media open just in case. If it's not in the plan, it's a trap. Setup beats willpower. Rule 4. One notepad, the later list. Your brain will throw thoughts at you while you work. Text this person. Search this thing. New idea for a project. Don't forget to pay that bill. If you chase every thought, your focus cage collapses. So you do something smarter. You capture instead of follow. Keep one notepad, physical or digital, open beside you. This is your later list. When a thought shows up, you do not argue with it. You do not obey it. You write it down in a few words and return to the task. You are telling your brain, I heard you. We'll handle it later. Right now, we are here. This one habit protects your focus and calms your mind. Locking the cage. Now imagine this. You walk into your workspace. The desk is clear. The phone is in another room. Notifications are off. Only one screen is on. Only the task you chose is open. Your notepad waits for any random thought that tries to pull you away. This is your focus cage. You sit down and without saying a word, your environment tells your brain, we are here to work. Nothing else. You don't need to feel motivated. The setup pulls you into action. Say it again. Setup beats willpower. If it's not in the plan, it's a trap. If your environment stays the same, your habits stay the same. So before you ask for more discipline, build the cage. Before you pray for more focus, change the room. One decision made before the work can protect an entire hour during the work. That is how winners design their lives. They do not trust their moods. They trust their setup. Chapter 6. The 45-15 Deep Focus Protocol. Listen to the truth. Most people do not work. They inhabit a fog. They sit at a desk for 8 hours, but they are only working for 20 minutes. The rest of the time is spent switching, lingering, and reacting. That is how you burn out without getting results. That is how you end your day feeling drained, but with nothing to show for it. Today we kill the fog. Today we start the protocol. Say this line with me. Short sprints, full presence. You do not need more hours. You need more intensity. Intensity is the multiplier that turns 1 hour into 4. This is the 45-15 Deep Focus Protocol. It is not a suggestion. It is an operational command for your brain. The protocol commands. Listen to these steps. Follow them exactly. Step 1. Choose one task that matters. Not 3. Not a to-do list. One single outcome that moves the needle. If you had to finish only one thing today to feel successful, what is it? Choose it now. Step 2. Set a timer for 45 minutes. Do not guess the time. Set a physical timer. The moment that timer starts, the world dies. Step 3. No switching. No checking. No touching the phone. For these 45 minutes, you are a ghost to the world. You do not check just one thing. You do not open a new tab. You stay on the task until the timer screams. Step 4. Take a 15-minute clean break. When the timer goes off, you stop immediately. But listen closely, this is where most people fail. A clean break means 0 screens. Do not scroll. Do not check messages. Do not watch a quick video. If you scroll during your break, you are not resting. You are just feeding your brain more noise. You are destroying the focus you just built. Instead, walk, drink water, stretch. Look out a window. Let your brain breathe. short sprints, full presence. The power of the protocol. You might think 45 minutes isn't enough. You are wrong. 45 minutes of pure, unfragmented deep focus is more powerful than 5 hours of foggy work. If you do just 2 rounds of this protocol per day, that is 90 minutes of real progress. In 90 minutes of deep focus, you can write more, code more, and solve more than most people do in an entire week. Why? Because most people never reach deep focus. They switch tasks every few minutes, so their brain never actually gets into high gear. But you are training for intensity. The commitment. Do not try to do this for 8 hours. You can't, not yet. Start with 1 round, 1 sprint, 1 period of full presence. When the timer starts, your mission starts. When the timer ends, your rest starts. Keep the lines clean. Do not let the work bleed into the rest. Do not let the distractions bleed into the work. Say it one last time. Short sprints. Full presence. Now, set the timer and go. Chapter 7. Kill the open loop that keeps pulling you. Listen. Your brain is not designed to ignore unfinished business. It is designed to nag you until every loop is closed. That is why, when you sit down to work, random thoughts start hijacking your attention. You think, I need to send that email. Or, I forgot to pay the bill. Or, I have this idea for a new project. Or, I should buy groceries. These are not distractions. These are open loops. And every open loop is a tiny anchor dragging your focus down. Say this line with me. Close the loop or lose the focus. If you do not close these loops, your brain will keep pulling your attention away from your work. It will whisper, don't forget. It will tug, what about? It will sabotage your focus, one thought at a time. But here is the fix. You do not chase every thought. You do not stop your work to act on every idea. Instead, you build the capture habit. The capture habit. When a thought appears, you capture it. Not act on it. Not chase it. Just capture it. Write it down in 5 seconds. Use a notepad, a digital list, or a sticky note. Keep it simple. Just the bare bones. Send email. Pay bill. Idea for content. Buy groceries. Then, you return to your task immediately. Do not debate. Do not wonder if it's important. Do not just do it real quick. Capture, return. Why it works. Your brain only needs to know that the loop is captured. It does not need to act on it right now. Once the thought is written down, your brain relaxes. You have not lost the idea. You have not forgotten the task. You have simply moved it to a place where it will not steal your focus. Say it again. Close the loop or lose the focus. Every time you capture a thought, you are protecting your work. You are telling your brain, I heard you. I'll handle it. Now let's get back to what matters. The daily practice. Every day, your mind will throw new loops at you. Some are urgent. Some are trivial. Some are brilliant. Some are nonsense. But you do not judge. You do not chase. You capture. You return. This one habit will free your mind to focus on the work in front of you. So when the next thought hits, do not panic. Do not stop. Do not switch. Capture it. Close the loop. And keep going. Chapter 8. Focus requires a clear target, not vague work. Listen. Most people say, I need to work. That is a focus killer. I need to work is fog. It is a cloud. It is nothing you can grab. And your brain cannot lock onto fog. It cannot focus on a cloud. Say this line with me. Clarity creates gravity. If you want your attention to stick, you need a target. A clear, specific, measurable target. Not a wish. Not a mood. Not a vague idea. A target. The problem with vague work. When you say, I need to edit my video, what does that mean? Do you mean cut the intro? Do you mean add music? Do you mean fix the colors? Do you mean export it? Your brain does not know. So it floats. It drifts. It gets distracted. But when you say, cut the intro to 60 seconds, add 3 pattern interrupts, export in 1080p, your brain has a mission. It knows exactly what to do. It knows when it is done. It knows what progress looks like. How to rewrite tasks into targets. Do not accept vague work. Do not let your to-do list be a list of wishes. Rewrite every task into a specific target. Not, edit video. Yes, cut intro to 60 seconds, add 3 pattern interrupts, export 1080p. Not, write email. Yes, write 3 paragraphs about the new project, add 2 bullet points, send by 5 p.m. Not, study for exam. Yes, read chapter 3, highlight 10 key points, write 5 summary sentences. When the target is specific, distraction drops. Progress becomes measurable. And your brain can lock on. The power of clarity. Say it again. Clarity creates gravity. When you have a clear target, your attention is pulled toward it. It is like a magnet. It is like gravity. You do not need more motivation. You do not need more willpower. You just need a clear target. So before you start any task, ask, what is my target? Rewrite it. Make it specific. Make it measurable. Then lock on. And do not let go until it is done. Chapter 9. Train boredom like a muscle. Listen. The modern brain is addicted to stimulation. It craves noise, movement, novelty. It cannot sit still. It cannot sit in silence. But here is the truth. The first step to deep focus is rebuilding your tolerance for boredom. Say this line with me. Boredom is training. Every time you resist the urge for stimulation, you are training your brain to value depth over distraction. The practices. Train boredom like a muscle. Do not wait for motivation. Do not wait for the right mood. Just practice. Practice 1. Stand in line without the phone. When you are waiting, anywhere, anytime, do not reach for your phone. Do not scroll. Do not check messages. Just stand. Just be. Let the silence sit on your shoulders. Practice 2. Walk for 10 minutes with no audio. No podcast. No music. No audiobook. Just you, your steps, and your thoughts. Let your mind wander. Let it be bored. Let it be restless. But do not escape. Practice 3. Eat 1 meal with no screen. No phone. No TV. No laptop. Just you and your food. Pay attention to the taste. Pay attention to the moment. Let boredom knock on the door. Do not let it in. The message to your brain. Each time you resist stimulation, you are sending a message. We choose depth. We do not run from silence. We do not run from boredom. You are teaching your brain that depth is valuable. That boredom is not a threat. That stillness is not the enemy. Say it again. Boredom is training. So practice it. Every day. Every chance you get. And watch your ability to focus grow stronger. Chapter 10. The Identity Shift. Become a finisher. Listen. The ultimate focus hack is not a trick. It is not a new app. It is not a better schedule. The ultimate focus hack is identity. You do not try to focus. You become someone who finishes. Say this line with me. Finishers don't negotiate. Most people wait for motivation. Most people wait for the right mood. Most people wait for the perfect conditions. But finishers do not wait. Finishers act. Finishers finish. The daily vow. Repeat this vow slowly, like a promise to yourself. Say it out loud. Say it with conviction. I do the task first. I don't touch the phone until I've earned it. I keep promises to myself. Say it every morning. Say it before you start your work. Say it when the urge to escape shows up. The example, Start small. Start with one finished block per day. Just one. One task. One win. Then 2. Then 3. Then 4. And as you finish more, your identity shifts. You stop saying, "I wish I could focus." You start saying, "This is who I am now." Finishers don't negotiate. Finishers finish. The shift your identity is not built in one day. It is built in every small win. In every task you do first. In every promise you keep to yourself. So start today. Do the task first. Don't touch the phone until you've earned it. Keep promises to yourself. And let your identity catch up. Let it become true. Let it become who you are. Finishers don't negotiate. Finishers finish. Focus isn't about being gifted. It's about being trained. Your life is not destroyed by one big mistake. It's drained by 1,000 tiny distractions. So here's the challenge. For the next 7 days, do one 45-minute deep focus block every day. Phone away. One task. No negotiating. And when the discomfort hits, and it will, say this out loud: "This is the doorway. I don't run." If you want more audiobooks that build discipline, focus, and self-control, subscribe now. Now close this video and prove it with action.